Don't you hate when you close the trade and it continues going into more and more and more profit, or when you don't close the trade at the right time and it goes back to break even or even hits your stop loss? If you hate this feeling and if this happened to you, this video is for you, because I'm creating this video to show you my trade management strategy on what is the best way to maximize your profits and don't lose the profits while you are in the trade. Make sure to watch until the end of this video, so next time you're on the charts, you know exactly what to do. But before we start, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and let's get to it. The number one tip for all the traders, doesn't mean what type of strategy you are using, SMC, ICT, support and resistance, supply and demand, volume, whatever strategy you are trading, when it comes to trading risk management, the number one advice I can give you is real profitable traders, they don't guess, they don't predict, they react. They react, and this is gonna be the main part and main point of this video. So watch this to see what I mean. So now, as we're looking at the charts, once again, doesn't matter what type of strategy you are using. I will explain the way you need to look at the charts and trade and manage your trades, each trade that you take. So let's say I identify two zones. Once again, doesn't matter the strategy. And I identify that I want to take long position from this bottom zone right here. So this is gonna be my long position, my stop loss somewhere here, and take profit somewhere here. So you have your overall stop loss and overall take profit. Now, your range is this, that you want the price to go from here to here. So once you identify this range from the entry to your exit or take profit, what you need to do is you need to find other zones that may interrupt your price. Other zones that when the price goes up from your entry into profit, where the price could potentially react, reject, and potentially push the price back to break even or even stop loss. So what you need to do is you need to identify other supply or demand areas or support and resistance. This is what I do. So I identify the trade, I identify what is my overall target, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna identify every resistance in this example that could get in my way for my trade to continue higher. So I have one resistance right here, right? We have multiple rejections here, here, and here. Then I have another resistance right here. This was previously resistance, resistance, support, right? So this could also get in my way. And now I find another resistance right here. So let's do this. Red, red, and red. So now, the way I need to manage my trade, I need to use these resistances as my attention be aware zones, right? So, as the price goes into profit, I'm watching how the price reacts to these levels. You will not always be right, but when it comes back to my point, we are reacting and not guessing, not predicting. So if the price blasts through the zone, I'm continuing to hold the trade. I'm not doing anything, right? But if the price approaches the level and starts to slow down, I either can start taking partials, or if I'm like risking more, I can close the position, right? So here I see more rejections. I can take some partials, but eventually price blasts through this again. If we see a little small reaction, it doesn't affect us. So we continue hold this and the price goes all the way to take profit. Now, sometimes it's gonna happen that it's gonna look like this. The price blasts through the first zone, comes to this level, starts to show rejection, and comes back to stop loss. So now, if you were not aware of these zones in between to your final target, you would have either lost this trade or you would have been at break even. When using this trade management strategy, you could have got out at least some profit from this trade. The same way you need to look at it when you look for shorts. So in this example, let's say I'm looking for shorts here. My overall take profit is all the way down to the zone. Let's say the price came all the way up to this level, right? This is my entry. So now the price goes through this, or let's say stops. I can already start taking partials, right? Then blast through the second zone and then gives a little pullback and I continue to hold the trade. Even though I secured some partials and it went straight into profit, I secured myself from losing, because just like I easily won this trade, it is easily possible. Think about how many trades you had where it went like halfway in the profit, right? And then boom, back at break even. And you were like holding this trade, hoping it's gonna go into profit, and it went back to loss. The thing is, in trading, what you need to understand, that trading is not about winning or losing a trade. It is also about how you act while you are in the trade. So your key objective is to identify other zones where the price may reject the price in throughout the whole move, and then act accordingly. Once again, react, don't predict. Once again, if the price just blasts through all the zones, you secure the profits as much as you can. But if the price starts to reject one of these zones, right? So then I will start to take partial. So now here, the price could have came so close to my take profit and came back all the way to stop loss. I bet this has happened to you, and now you're left without profits. But if you use this technique, you secured pretty good profits at around like 124 right here. So let me go to the charts and show you some real examples. Okay, so let's say I entered this position right here. Once again, the strategy does not matter, right? Let's say I entered this position right here, right? So, and my overall take profit is somewhere around here, okay? So my stop loss is above the wick and my take profit is all the way down at the bottom. So what do? Is I go to the left and I identify previous rejections, right? So we have rejection here. This is the support. We have strong rejection here. And then pretty much we don't have any other rejections. So let's go like this. Okay, so I enter this trade and I pay big attention when the price comes to this zone and to this zone. If it breaks through these zones, I continue holding. So the price blasts through this support right here. I continue holding. I am fine. Now, as the price approaches the other zone, what happens? The price starts to slow down and we have a lot of bullish momentum coming off of this support right here. So now I start to close partials, because even though my final take profit is here, we have a strong support in a way to my take profit. So I will be careful around the zone, and as I see this reaction, I secure some profits. So let's say I secured some profits at 2.8 risk to reward, which is fine. So now I secure the profits. I see the price continuing to go up, right? I'm continuing to hold the trade, the rest that I have left. And now the price broke above the previous support that we blasted through, right? So it's another identification that the price may continue going towards my entry or stop loss. So I close even more partials. So, and then what eventually ends up happening, the price goes up and hits my stop loss, right? So now you could have had two potential outcomes. And imagine this emotional roller coaster, right? You go straight into profit. The price is almost at your take profit, right? You're already thinking about what you're going to buy with the profits, and it ends up and comes back and takes you out at stop loss, right? How mentally hard would that be to deal with? But this time, you secured some partials right here, and you secured some partials right here. Even though those profits are not as big as you wanted, as you expected, you still came out profitable from this trade instead of losing this money or getting out with a zero. All right, guys, so this was my risk management strategy. It's very simple. When you have a trade, identify other support and resistances in a way that could stop your price going to your take profit. And don't predict if it's gonna go to your take profit or not. React how the price reacts to those levels in between your entry and your take profits, and then close full or close partials accordingly. Good luck in your trading. This was WFX. Talk to you soon. Peace.